Hello there, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. I'm Jenny, and I have been away from the channel for about 2 to 3 weeks, and it was some much needed time away. I'm not going to talk about it in this video because I just want to stay on topic pretty much to get through this, and but I am bringing out a special video coming up next, which will be in a couple of days time, where I will talk about a little bit about what's been going on with me, and I don't know, we'll perhaps do some ephemera making or pockets making for this journal and the other steampunk journals. Yeah, so it is very, very late for me to be doing this video, and it's about 12:30 in the morning. So anyway, it was requested that I do another process video, and I did set out to do that, as you'll see by the last videos where I created pages and a cover, and then this one was supposed to be putting pages together for the signatures, and I was going to stitch them, and then I decided no, I might need to practice doing the no-sew ones again. So that's what I did, and I did do a video earlier today, and went to upload it. My phone needed more space, so I had to delete stuff out of my photos and trash, and did that, and in the process, somehow along the line, I deleted the video that I had just recorded. So I'm going to talk you through it. This was the first one I did, which I didn't do on the video. I did this one on the video. Doing this one, I found some challenges, and I couldn't really remember how I went about doing the first one I did a while back, which was a blue one, little blue no-sew journal, which had a topper on it and everything on the front cover. I can link that for you below. The one takeaway from that one was that the hinges, I wasn't using scrapbook paper because it's too thick, and the pages don't easily sit flat. The thicker the paper, the less likely they are to sort of sit flat. Alright, so that was one thing. So I was using washi tape and tea dyed and Brusho stained copy paper, and it was just your normal basic copy paper. It wasn't, you know, any of the expensive stuff. It wasn't very thick. And I used music sheet. I used strips of map pages from an atlas, and I used a book page from a typing textbook, and from a novel, a vintage novel. So I had a variety, none of it overly exciting, but it served its purpose. Okay, so that's what I've done. I've gone through and put pages together. I had a few open spreads. Or I think I had 2 per signature, and then I had halved the scrapbook paper for pages on their own. So where the graphics lended itself to a fantastic open spread like this one, I made use of it, and where it didn't, I halved the page. And I've used antique book pages, vintage book pages, and map page, some ledger pages, which are not vintage, but and the mixed media page I halved that and put a piece in each signature. Some document, there's a document page, another book page. And this one has got a graphic on it, which is really not very pleasant, and I will do something with this page. But you see what I mean? The thicker the paper, see, this textbook page was a little bit thicker, and so these thin pages don't sit flat very well. If I had have used washi tape, it would have sort of laid down a bit easier. It's another spread, but you see what I mean. The pages actually do sit better with paper, not scrapbook paper. So doing this, I found, because I have quite a few short pages in this journal, and the journal is a tall, not overly skinny, but it's a tall journal. I do have a few short pages in it, and I found it a challenge adding these in because I don't like the way it's open at the top here, right? So at the start of this journal, I left it, and then as I went through, I started to try and come up with a way that I could cover that up. I did do that actually down here with a bit of washi. Just sort of tried to match it up as best I could. And I'm not sure what happened here. I think because I had to put glue down the centre to put the washi tape on here to cover up the holes for the stitching. I wasn't thinking when I was doing it, and it's glued it to this page. So I could pull it off, but then I'd have possibly a damaged page here. This page would be damaged, and I would have to put a side tuck there. And I thought, it's not that dramatic of a mistake, so I'm just going to leave it. And this was a remnant of the antique book page from earlier. It was the strip that I tore off, and it actually started to split down the bottom and at the top, so I just added washi down the centre for it to strengthen it. For pages that are too wide, I've just folded them and and I may do an extended page. I may make it into a side tuck and embellish it, or I might decide no, I'm not going to do that, I'll just tear it off. And yeah, so yeah, so I found that rather challenging. And then when I did the second journal, as you'll see in a minute, I think I've come up with a way to correct the odd lengths of pages. So I've left this one on because it's writing real estate that I don't really want to take away from the journal. If anyone does buy this, they can decide themselves what they want to do with it. So yeah, you see here, I've added a piece to close that join where it was open. This one, the blue paper split, so I had to add in something to mend it there. And here what I did with this one is I put the strip in one full length, but because this page is shorter, when I got to this point, I snipped it and then put that onto this page. So it all looks like it goes together, but you can see I can turn the page. That was my big problem, was where the pages were shorter, I couldn't just put a strip in, because then I wouldn't be able to turn the short page. It'd be joined. If that was all one piece, I wouldn't be able to turn this page. Get what I mean? I don't know. It took me a while to get it, so if you don't get it, I don't blame you. It took me ages to get it. Part of the reason, I suppose, because I did this the other night when it was quite late, and yeah. And again here, I had the same issue, and you can see this one's a bit clearer. So I used the map page for this side of this page, and when I got to the top of this short page, I snipped it, and when you turn it over, it sort of continues on, and then I just didn't have to worry about that because that was already taken care of. So that essentially is the issue that I had. So, and the same with these short pages. I didn't have to worry about this because I had already taken care of it. So that is that signature all put together. And the other issue that I remembered having from the last one is making sure that all the pages the hinges get glued as close to the edges as possible, because you have this, it sort of comes out of alignment. Once the spine gets put on, that's not going to be a problem, but you want to make sure that it's not too much out of alignment. You know, you've got to keep a check on when you're gluing, where you're gluing your hinges and your pages, to make sure that they are all in alignment as much as possible. So this is the other one. And there's 26 single page turns in each one. So this is one page, two, there's 26 of those, okay? So again, I had to mend this copy paper, and you can see I followed on with my new strategy of having the length of hinge that I needed for the length of the journal, but on the short pages snipping it at the top or the bottom, wherever it was. This is a hinged pocket that's going in here somewhere. So you see, I thought that was clever. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but I couldn't think of any other strategy, so that's what I come up with. I do love this steampunk journal. She's adventurous, has not a care in the world, and is, you know, independent and feminine and an adventurer, all rolled into one. So see, so she's out on an adventure, and, you know, still feminine and lovely. So we're going to try and follow that theme all the way through. One thing I noticed with the this mixed media, the glue stick doesn't seem to be adhering too easily. To the actual paint. I'm sorry about that, I just knocked my phone. Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with pages that need covering or painting. I don't know what I'm doing. I will do something with these two pages, but I'm not sure what. Again, we've got writing space that I wanted to keep whole, so I've just folded it over. I don't know if I'll continue doing these no-sew journals. I do prefer stitched journals, so this will probably be my last one. Yeah, they're a lot more work. I'd rather just put the signature together and stitch them in. One thing I do like about them is that I'm not overly worried about like the differences in the hinges, you know, where there's bits. I'm not worried about that, because to me a junk journal is sort of scrappy and I'm okay with it. So that's it. So now I need to put them together. Which one do I want to put first? That one or this one? I think I'm going to put first. Okay. So that's how wide the spine needs to be. So the cover is what we're doing now. And I have lace and I have some spare pages that I can use for the inside cover. I do like that one. The only thing with these is it will be a repeat of page that I've got in here, but I'm not overly worried about it. It's all good. So I have to trim it all up, which I'm going to do right now. I hope everyone's been well and that you've had lots of fun crafting. And that you have been celebrating your mistakes as much as you have been celebrating your successes. I might just even this up a bit better. This side. It is crooked, but I'm not overly concerned. It's, you know, not hugely visible. Really can't notice it. There's that much going on the artwork that it is not that noticeable that it's a little bit uneven. Okay, so, and the next thing is just to chop it in half. But before I do that, I want to make sure that that is going to be enough, and that how much I'm going to need for these. For this journal to sit in there. quickly take some off this edge. But I'll deal with that after. Okay. I'm just going to pop those down there. And I'm going to cut these in half. Well, kind of in half. As best I can. And then I'm going to just work out that there. Not too much worried about this because I'm going to cover the centre of the spine anyway. I'm going to put fabric down here. Yeah, okay. Like that. And I'm going to use this side of the paper. I'm not worried about the top because I can do stuff with it. It's not an issue. I probably will might even put a, if I do it from this way, I can put a pocket there. I could put a top tuck. Yeah, why don't I do that for a change? Usually I put a pocket at the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to do this. And I think I'm going to use PVA glue. Just because I think the glue stick won't stick it as well, and I don't want to waste my fabric glue on paper if I can help it. I do sometimes, but I'm running low, so oh, come on. All right. I'm putting that on there. Yeah, I know it's uneven, but it's okay. We will work it out. Where's my bone folder? And I still keep forgetting to get wet ones, so I've only got dry ones. because I've got so much texture on this side of the paper, I'm going to have to do it this way because I need to make sure I can get in all the nooks and crannies. Okay. All right. So that's that. And this one. Might use this side for this one. Okay. Righty. And again. I have not been on any social media for the last, well, since I've been away. The last time I was on Facebook was just before I went AWOL. It was just a day or so after my last video. I haven't been on Instagram hardly at all. I've very much had time away, and I haven't even watched any YouTube videos, no craft videos. Okay. I do love the feel of these. They feel awesome. All right. Now, I'll pop that there and then trim it, I think. I'll trim the top. So for here, I'm going to use some fabric. I've got this really lovely sort of denim type. It's a denim look, but it's not denim. It's, I don't know what it is, but it's fairly thin. And I'm hoping that it's going to tear straight-ish. So I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. Okay, side one. Is done. Oh, I didn't make it wide enough to cover the... Oh, that's okay. It's not an issue. Not an issue. There is no mistakes. Put some glue down here. Yeah, I know you can see that, but we're going to put a tuck spot there anyway, so we're not worrying about it. Okay. And then we just put it on the other side. And making sure I get it the right way round. Just putting it up close. too much pressure. Okay. When they're dry, I'll come back. Okay, I'm back, and I am now in the center of my journal, and I have to join this, so I am putting this fabric, which is the other part of the top that I cut up, and it's got this lovely embroidery on it. It's machine embroidery, but it's still very pretty. And I'm just putting that on there. And I do not want it to seep through, so I'm not pressing too hard. Now, while that's just drying, I'll get the other bits. That I need. I hope this is gonna all go together properly. I should have looked up a tutorial on it, or looked at my other one. Oh. So that has back and front together, and it's like that. Now for this part, I want to use this lace here, but because it's fairly open, I'm not sure, I don't really want all this showing through, so I am going to glue this, some fabric down the side, down the side, down in there. So how to do that? Well, with great difficulty. I need to keep it relaxed because I don't want to have it squished. I want to keep it with some movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rearrange my desk a little bit. Put that there as a prop, just so it will stand up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of this is fabric glue, and I've got a piece of that material from the blouse, and I'm going to pop that on there, but I only really want it to go on the inside, so I'm going to have to trim it once it's dry. And then this beautiful lace, which, I don't know, come off of an evening dress, will sit just nicely over the spine. Because, like I said, even though she's an adventurer, she's still quite feminine and unique, and so her journal is going to be the same way. For now, I can glue this on, so I'm going to put this on here. And I'm just going to put the glue on the bottom of the scalloped edge bit. And that is going on there like that. Okay. And then while that's drying, we'll work on this bit down here. I did want to put some lace sort of down here as well, but I think I'm going to go with the brown. The brown. Under her legs. Yes. Let's see how we go with this. A little dot there, just to hold it down. This bit is the most time consuming, but it's probably the most fun bit of it all. And I've got these pieces that can go on while that's drying. Field notes. Sort of about there. And I have got the brads. I've put the brads in, but I'm not putting the brads through the cover. I don't want to do that because I don't want lumpy bits. So they're purely just for show. And the fabric glue will hold this in place. It won't go anywhere. I used fabric glue to fix metal cogs and chain and stuff to a canvas, a painting I did. I did a steampunk painting, and it worked great. So I know this is going to work. But I have to get it exactly where I want it. And hold it in place for about a minute. And then I've got some cogs. So it's time to put the cogs on. Okay, I think that it is going to work. It's, well, maybe with some force it'll come off, but they're not just gonna drop off. And I've just popped this number up on here. So now I can go ahead and finish gluing this on. And so what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to add glue to the thicker parts of this lace. And hopefully get it to fix to the fabric underneath. So first of all I'm going to trim it. I just love this lace. That's all I've got left It might have to be a tuck spot in the journal somewhere, I think. Alright. So let's get on with this now. There. I can't open it yet, but there will be no opening of the journal until it's properly dry. But essentially, that is it. I am going to put a finishing coat over this, carefully missing the lace. And I'm just wondering if I want to even up the top by putting a few cobweb on this bottom corner. I have some spare ones here, so let me see. Just in the bottom corner like that. These ones are meant to have dangles on them, so I might keep those for something else within the journal. So I think I will put those on here. And that'll be it until the pockets go in. And page embellishing and all that wonderful stuff which is coming up. I think I'll do an ephemera video for it next, and then we might come back to it and add some pockets and bits and pieces, extended pages and a flip or two. I don't know, we'll think of something. And I'll probably do some of that off camera, just because I want to keep it as a surprise for the flip through. Okay, last little one. Okay. Because my fingers are sticky, this is not working. Okay. now it will work. I'm still debating whether I'll put a tassel on this one. I haven't put a tassel on a journal in so long, partly because it's not really what I do these days, but for the odd journal I think a tassel is still okay. It's not really a part of my style anymore, I guess, but every now and then if I do a journal that calls for one, I think I'm going to have to. And so yeah, I might do one. I'll have a scrounge and see what I can find in amongst all my stuff. If I've got the right coloured walls, I will look at doing it, and a ribbon as well I'll need, which I haven't got any ribbon in these steampunk colours, so maybe I could do a different type of tassel altogether. That would be cool. I'll do that. It'll be a bit fiddly because I haven't worked with my jewellery making tools for some time, so I'll be a bit out of practice as to how to handle them, but we could still do it. So if you would like a video on creating a beaded tassel, then let me know, and if you're commenting, then start collecting some beads and some chain and jump rings. I use beading wire, probably a 22 plus in thickness, 22 gauge and higher, would be easy enough to wrap around beads and that sort of thing. I can use a thicker wire, but people who aren't really used to doing beading might find it easier if they're using a more pliable jewellery wire. And something to hook it up onto. If you've got a like a proper book spine, like made out of some sort of card, then a eyelet in there would be fine, and a dog clip, or if it's not too heavy you could even get away with a bulb pin. Yeah, just start collecting, and that way you can create with me. Anyway, for now, this is the journal with the cover on it. And the signatures inside. There's lots and lots of pages for journaling. And I just need to think of a closure, because once all the ephemera goes in, she's going to get a little bit chunky. So until the next video, which will be up tomorrow, I'll try and catch up and I will give you some news about what's been happening and why I've had to be away, and yeah, no great dramas. It is what it is. Thank you for coming and staying for the video. Till the next one, peaceful blessings everybody. Bye for now.